Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
A man in the crowd said to Jesus, Master, tell my brothers to give me a share of your inheritance. My friend, he replied, who appointed me your judge or the arbitrator of your claims? Then he said to them, watch and be on your guard against avarice of any kind, for a man's life is not made secure by what he owns, even when he has more than he needs. Then he told them a parable. There was once a rich man who, having had a good harvest from his land, thought to himself, what am I to do? I have not enough room to store my crops. Then he said, this is what I will do. I will pull down my barns and build bigger ones, and store all my grain and my goods in them. And I will say to my soul, you have plenty of good things laid by for many years to come. Take things easy, eat, drink, and have a good time. But God said to him, fool, this very night the demand will be made for your soul, and this hoard of yours, whose will it be then? So it is when a man stores up treasure for himself in place of making himself rich in the sight of God. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
If we listen very well to the Gospel this morning, and we'll just be asking a very simple question to ourselves, like why is it that God complicates things? One of the reasons why we lose trust, people easily lose trust in God, is because they lose their patience. And they lose their patience because they don't just get what they want. Just imagine these two brothers who come to Jesus, and one of them says to Jesus, please ask my brother to give my own share of our inheritance, my own share. I mean, you would expect that Jesus would just say, why can't you share this with your brother? Why do you keep everything to yourself? Just love him and share that with your brother. But Jesus does not do exactly what he's asking for, because he knows that what he's asking for might be the cause of his own self-destruction later on. That is why he says, it is not just about me doing what you want. Imagine two kids, for instance, playing with two spiders. And one keeps the two spiders in a container. And of course, we know spiders are very dangerous. They can sting and they can poison a child. So imagine one of the children comes to the mother and says, please tell my brother to give me my own spider, because he has two in a container. Give me one. Of course, the mother would not want to give the child a spider, because he knows the child can be stung by the spider. He knows that the spider is dangerous to the child. And this is the real problem that we have with our faith, because in Matthew's Gospel, in Luke's Gospel, he says, ask and you will receive, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be opened for you. The real problem is, why do we ask and we do not receive exactly what we have asked for? Why do we seek and we do not find? Why do we knock and the door is not opened the way we want it? Because Jesus knows that there are things that we ask that can actually take us away from Him. And what we need is a connection with God, and that is why He gives them this parable at the end of this story, and He says that it is not about what you have, it is not about getting the wealth that you need, that you feel that you need, that is so important. See, in the gospel of today, this man, the rich fool, he says the word I and my 11 times within a very short passage. What am I to do with the crops that I've harvested? I will build barns. I will destroy bigger ones. I will say to my soul, and all that he says, I, and he forgets about the God who gives him all these things. And this is exactly the point of Jesus. He's not going to give us something that he knows that is going to take us away from him. He gives us something that he knows that he will bring us closer to him. Because that is the only thing that we need in life. That is the only thing that matters, our relationship with him. Not what we have gotten, not the wealth that we have acquired, not the things that we want, that we receive. It is not about the I, but it's more about the I am, the God who created everything, the God who was there from the very beginning. And Jesus warns these people, these two brothers, be very careful, because what you have in your hands, you feel that is the beginning and the end of everything, but you don't really have what you need. You just have what you want. And the same thing for us. There are many times we ask the wrong questions. We make the wrong prayers, because what we are making is to satisfy the I, the ego, the myself, what I want now. How many people sincerely, when they say to our Father, they say, give us, Lord, today our daily bread? Who just wants daily bread? People want food. People want material things. People want money. Not just daily bread. But Jesus says, ask for the daily bread. In other words, depending on God at all times. But I just want you to give just what I need. That is the meaning of the daily bread. And how, as our faith reaches that level where we can say, we can just really depend on God and not on the things that we feel we need, on the ones. Because in the end, like the rich fool, he dies and he leaves everything behind. And Jesus says, whose wealth will it be? And so that's why it's so important for us that we must prioritize things that are of God, because the things of God are eternal. They are not finite like the things that we want, the things that we feel is good for us. It's food, you can eat food, but you'll be hungry again. If it is drinking, you can drink and you will still be thirsty at some point. But there are things of God who is the living water. When we drink him, we will never thirst. When we eat his bread, we will never be hungry. When we stick to him, even when we die, we will live forever, because he promised us that word. So my dear brothers and sisters, it's so important to wait for the Lord, to wait for his time, to wait for him to open the right doors for us, to wait for that perfect time which is his, not ours, to be able to seek him and to depend on him at all times, because he can only give us the things that will bring us closer to him, who loves us so much.